Hey guys,
Hello.
my name is Kayla.
And I'm Mark Allen.
And this is our channel. Here we talk about all things Disney as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. So I have been processing how I want to do this video for a while. It's kind of a tricky topic. It's also kind of a touchy topic, I guess, with some people. And that is the Disney dining plan. For this last trip, we actually used the quick service dining plan. And today we're just basically going to give you our review on what we thought. And did we actually save money or not? Let's find out.
The quick service dining plan includes 2 quick service credits, 2 snack credits, and 1 refillable mug that you can use throughout your stay.
You get these options per night of your trip, not per day. So for our trip, we had a 5-day, 4-night stay. So that means total between the two of us, we had 16 quick service meals, 16 snack credits, and then 2 refillable mugs.
Yep. So the price of the quick service dining plan is $52.50 per night per adult. And then it's $23.78 for a child per night.
Bear with us, this is gonna be a lot, but don't worry, I will put the numbers for everything on the screen for you so you'll be able to kind of follow along, and I'll try and put some of that stuff in the notes in the description as well. Now we are going to actually list out every single item that we ate on our trip with the prices and what credits we used so that you guys can see exactly what we spent, exactly what we got, to hopefully help you guys with your planning. So on our first day, and I have all my notes on here, so sorry if I'm not looking at you guys. So our first day, of course, half of that day was travel, so I'm not really going to be including traveling food because that's just that doesn't really pertain to what we are doing here. But once we got to Magic Kingdom, we ate, our first meal was at Pecos Bill. We got the Angus bacon cheeseburger for $13.49 with a side of tortilla chips for $4.99, which if you've been there, they have like their toppings bar, so we basically made it nachos. And then we also got the Odwalla strawberry lemonade slush for $5.99. That brings that meal to a total of $24.47, which we actually did use a meal credit for, so that we redeemed our first meal credit. Next, we ate at Storybook Treats. We got the Peter Pan float for $5.99, which is also a snack credit, so that we used our first snack credit for. And then our final meal that we had that day was at Casey's Corner. We got the corn dog nugget meal with fries, which was $8.99. We also got the bacon macaroni and cheese fries for $6.49. And then we got a frozen mint julep lemonade, which was $6.49. Grand total for that was $21.97 or 1 meal credit. I was surprised they actually let us do a whole meal credit for that one because they gave us the side of fries, but they also gave us the bacon mac and cheese fries.
Yeah, so we had...
and it was all like, still in 1 credit, but
so many fries.
That's fine. So our grand total for our first day was $52.43 if we had been paying cash for everything, or 2 meal credits and 1 snack credit.
Okay, so day 2, we ate quite a bit this day, just because it was our first full day and we wanted to try a bunch of stuff. So we started out breakfast at Les Halles, and I got, and I'm gonna butcher how you pronounce this, roulade and fromage, I think. I don't know.
It's the bacon cheese roll. I will also insert pictures of what we got to, so hopefully that'll help you guys.
Anyway, that was $3.95. Kayla got the quiche Lorraine, and that was $6.20. We also got a mousse à chocolat, chocolate mousse. That was $4.50. And then we got the cappuccino
glacé
frozen cappuccino for $4.64. Grand total for that meal was $19.29 or 4 snack credits.
Now this is the first place that I wish they would have let us use a meal credit. I've kind of mentioned this tip before. You can redeem 1 meal credit for 3 snack credits. It all has to be at the same place, but this was our first instance that we wish we would have used that meal credit. That would have saved us a few snack credits.
Because we were treating it basically as a meal. After Lay All, we went over to Hollywood Studios, went over to Woody's Lunchbox, and there we got the grilled 3 cheese sandwich, and that was $8.99. We also got tomato basil soup for $3.69, a box tart for $4.29, and the grown-ups lemonade for $10.25, bringing that total to $27.22 or 1 meal credit. And then we hopped over to Epcot and went over to Trowel and Trellis. There we got the grilled street corn on the cob, that was $5.50. We got the farmhouse meatball for $5.50 as well, and the chocolate pudding terrarium for $5. That total for that meal was $16 or 3 snacks. Again, we wish we would have been able to use a meal credit.
Now this is the one that we wanted to use a meal credit, and we told them that we wanted to use a meal credit, but when we actually got our receipt back, because we still had snack credits, they actually just went ahead and used the snack credit. So the Trowel and Trellis and the Lay All were kind of the ones that kind of set us back on our snack credits. I don't know. It's one of those things that I wish they would have done what I asked them to, but we move on. Then
we went over to the Arbor, and Kayla got the smoked salmon stack for $5.50. That was 1 snack credit. Then we stopped at Taste Track, got the violet blueberry vanilla croissant donut for $6.50 or 1 snack credit. And we stopped at Citrus Blossom and got the crispy citrus chicken with orange aioli and baby greens, and that was $5.75. That was 1 snack.
It was 1 snack, but we had to pay cash for the orange bird zipper. That was not a snack credit.
$14.
She's right here. I love her.
Yeah, and then we stopped at Everything Pop there in the food court. I got a pepperoni monster slice of pizza with mac and cheese. That was $10.49. And Kayla got a cheese pizza with mac and cheese as well. That was $9.99.
Okay, so the grand total for that day, if we had been paying out of pocket, was $114.74 or 3 meal credits and 10 snack credits plus paying a little bit out of pocket, so like for the orange bird zipper. Okay. Day 3, we also ate a lot of food. So for breakfast, we ate at Gaston's Tavern. We had the warm cinnamon roll for $5.29 and LeFou's brew for $5.79. Those were both snack credits. We ate at Aloha Isle. We had a pineapple float, which was a Dole Whip float, for $5.99, which was also a snack credit. We ate the Wish Granted donut, which was like their new, I think it's like a limited edition something for Aladdin. That was at Sunshine Tree Terrace for $4.99, which was also a snack credit. And then we hopped on over to Epcot and ate some more of the food festivals. I'm sorry, I'm gonna botch this name too. Bauern Market, the Germany Market. It's the Germany kiosk. We had the toasted pretzel bread. That was $5.25, and that was our last snack credit that we had for the week. We were like,
we ran out
in the morning of day 3. All right, and so then we went to the caramel store in Germany.
Caramel Kuya?
Sure. And we got the caramel apple oatmeal cookie with pecans for $4.59. That one was annual pass discount eligible since they are technically considered a merchandise location. So we did get a discount on that. That we paid cash for. We went to Italy and we ate at the Primavera Kitchen. We got the fried green tomatoes for $8, the tricolored cheese tortellini for $9, the Zipoli ricotta cheese fritters for $7, and a frozen Italian margarita for $10. So the 3 food items, we were able to use a meal credit this time since we had run out of snack credits. So that was all one meal credit, and then we paid out of pocket for the margarita. The next place we ate was the Smokehouse Barbecue and Brews. We got the beef brisket burnt ends and smoked pork belly slider for $7.50. That we did pay out of pocket. And then we headed over to Taste of Marrakesh, which we did the meal credit for again. We got the harissa chicken kebab for $7, the fried cauliflower, which is $6, the walnut honey baklava for $4.50. Again, that meal was $17.50, but we used a meal credit for that, so we didn't actually have to pay out of pocket. And the final place that we ate on that day was the La Cantina de San Angel, which we got the nachos for $12.50. And we got the blood orange margarita on the rocks for $15. Since this was a quick service location, we also used a meal credit for this item. Okay, so that brings our grand total for the entire day to $118.40, or 3 meal credits, 5 snack credits, and paying some out of pocket.
All right, day number 4. We started out at Creature Comforts and got the Colossal Cinnamon Roll, and that was $7.49. We paid cash for the Colossal Cinnamon Roll. Then we went to Satuli Canteen and we got the Chili Garlic Shrimp Bowl. That was $14.99. We also got the Slow Roasted Sliced Grilled Beef Bowl for $13.99. And we got dessert. We got the Blueberry Cream Cheese Mousse times 2, and that was $5.29 each. And we also got the Dreamwalker Sangrias times 2 for $10 each, bringing that total to $59.56, or 2 meal credits. Then we went over to the Pineapple Promenade and we got the frozen violet lemonade, and that was $4.25. We did pay cash for that. Then we went over to the Honey Bistro and we got the honey tandoori chicken flatbread. That was $5.50. We did pay cash for that. We also, at the Honey Bistro, got the local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake with orange blossom honey ice cream, and that was $5, bringing that total to $10.50. We did pay cash for that. Then we went over to Woody's Lunchbox again, and we got the smoked turkey sandwich with pasta salad. That was $9.99, and we also got the Grown Ups Lemonade Float, and that was $10.25. Total for that meal was $20.24, or 1 meal credit. Then we hopped on over to the churro kiosk, and we got the Star Wars churro with the chocolate sauce. That was $7.25. We did pay cash for that.
It was $7.25 for a churro? Yeah. I am never buying a churro again, guys. That's stupid.
And it wasn't even that good.
I'm sorry. That was the one thing that we bought that I'm like, yes, that was $14.
The one thing.
But for a churro to pay almost $8. I'm sorry. Okay, rant over. Continue.
Then we stopped at the neighborhood bakery and we got the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num for $5.79, and we got the key lime pie on the stick for $4.99, and we did pay cash for both of those items. Grand total for that entire day was $130.57, and we used 3 meal credits and a little bit of cash.
All right, and then our final day, which was also a travel day, so we only really ate there kind of in the morning and early afternoon. This one's also kind of our outlier because we did eat at a table service restaurant, so this skews the numbers a little bit, but not really because we still paid cash for that. So we ate at Ohana for breakfast. We had 2 breakfast character meals, and then we also ordered Tonka Toast. So our grand total, including tip, tax, and our annual pass discount, ended up being $88.85. We also got a margarita at the Petals Pool Bar. It was like a special for Cinco de Mayo, so I don't totally remember what it was called, but it was $13.32. And then we ate lunch before we left. Everything Pop again. Mark Allen got the Monster Pepperoni Pizza Slice with a Caesar salad for $10.49. I got a pasta with meatballs that came with a breadstick and green beans for $10.99. And then I also got a oatmeal cream pie cookie for $5.29. That brings the grand total for that meal to $26.77. And then we actually ended up using 2 meal credits for that, but then I did have to pay cash for the oatmeal cookie. So that brought our grand total for that final day to $128.94, and we used 2 meal credits and then some cash. Okay, so that was a lot of numbers, guys. I know, but this is pretty much what we ended up with. So after doing all of the math, our grand total, if we would have paid completely out of pocket for the exact food that we got, we would have spent $545.08. So this, again, this is if we had not used a dining plan, we just paid for everything out of pocket and we wouldn't have changed anything about what we ate. So what we actually ended up paying, so the dining plan was $422.77, and then out of pocket on top of that, we paid $178.53. So all of that together, what we actually paid for our trip for food was $601.30. Guess what, guys? We lost $56.22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, granted, there's a few things that I did not include. So I think I may have mentioned this earlier, I'm not sure, but we ended up having 5 meal credits left over at the end of our trip. Of course, I didn't want to just waste them and not use them at all, so we used that like 3-for-1 trick at the Everything Pop gift shop. We basically just got a bunch of Rice Krispie treats and chocolates and things like that from the gift shop. Not a good use of dining credits, but again, it was one of those things that was better than nothing. So I guess some of that could be counted in this, but at the same time, we would not have bought those had we not had those extra dining credits. So I don't really want to include those in these numbers, just because, again, that's not really something that we would have done.
All in all, if you factor in those Rice Krispies, we maybe broke even. Maybe. Like, it might be a stretch. We definitely didn't save money on the dining plan.
No. Here are the things that we did like about the dining plan. I did like that it had an all-inclusive feel. It was nice to be able to just kind of go swipe your magic band and call it good and be like, oh, cool, done. I can get whatever I want. Like, I don't have to worry about the price of things. Just get whatever. I did also like that because your meal credits did come with a lot. There was some stuff that we got that we normally wouldn't have got. For example, like at Satuli, we got those sangrias, and we both got the chocolate or the raspberry mousse cake things. We probably wouldn't have done that if we were paying cash. We probably would have just gotten maybe 1 mousse cake and that's it, and not
maybe 1 drink.
Maybe, I don't even think we would have done that.
We definitely would have gotten 2.
So it was kind of cool that we were able to try some stuff that or even that spiked lemonade at sorry, I know these are all alcohol things, but these were the things that were just kind of extra. But the grown-up lemonade, that was really good. And again, I don't think we would have gotten that had we not had the dining plan. So that was kind of cool that we were able to kind of explore and get some things that we wouldn't have normally thought to get.
Totally.
Now, things that we didn't like.
I think for me, just the fact that we did run out of credits was just kind of a deal breaker for me, because I think one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to try the dining plan was so that I wouldn't have to, at the end of the day, go and plug in a bunch of stuff in our budget. I kind of handle the budget while we're on our trip and log all those numbers. And this didn't prevent us from doing that, because we still paid cash for a lot of different snacks and things like that.
And this kind of goes on the flip side of one of the pros of getting more food. There was a lot of stuff that we probably would not have gotten if we were not on the dining plan, which means ultimately we probably would have spent less. So like I said before, if we had paid cash for everything, it was going to be that $545. We actually probably would have spent less than that, because there are several of those items that I know we would not have gotten, which is fine. Like, I'm glad that we did, but just in actually going and picking out the food that we were going to be eating, I wouldn't have been like, oh yeah, let's just get all of this stuff. Yeah. Because I would have been thinking more with my cash versus with, oh, I have a credit, so I can just get whatever I want. People I would recommend the dining plan for are people who, if you're not big snackers and your family are people who do eat more sit-down meals, this might actually be a really good option for you. We are big snackers, and so we just were very on the go, and we weren't wanting to sit and eat a big heavy meal because we wanted to be able to eat snacks. So for us, it didn't totally make sense, but if your family is somebody that eats a lot of those bigger meals, it might actually be a really great option for you guys.
I think even adding on to that, if you're exclusively going to one of the Epcot festivals to just snack around the world showcase, yeah, the dining plan might not be for you, just because that sucked up a lot of our snacks.
Well, and I think it could have still been better if they would have used the meal credits at the booths that we asked them to use the meal credits
that's
for.
true.
So it's one of those things, I think if you just really make sure that they use your meal credit and not your snack credits at those kiosks, then I think you definitely will be just fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Another person I would recommend the meal plan for is if you are a family that doesn't share meals. So like I said before, me and Mark Allen share everything that we eat, but if you guys are more people where you're like, no, I want my own thing, then yeah, you will definitely utilize this dining plan quite a bit more than we did. The other person I recommend this for is if you get it free with the room promotion. I mean, always, like, if you get free
if it's free, take it.
Yeah, I mean, you will totally save money that way, but you know, not everybody gets that. That's only offered at limited times of the year, but if it is free, sure, do it. It's totally worth it.
Another person that I would recommend the dining plan for is if you are really on a strict budget and you want to make sure that you stay on budget. Because with our food and with the dining plan, we, at the start of it, knew that it was going to be that $422 and change. We knew that going into it, and we used the Target gift card hack, and so technically we did get 5% off of it by using our red card. So we knew how much pretty much we were going to spend before we went. So it was nice in that sense, because we didn't have to guesstimate a lot of our food numbers of, are we budgeting enough? We knew exactly going into it that we were going to still have food pretty much at the end of our trip, that we weren't going to run out of money.
So if you are wanting to use this as a budgeting or limiting tool, the way that I would go about it is treat it the way that it kind of almost is intended. So you get 2 meals and 2 snacks and a refillable drink mug, and you get that for each night of your stay. So every day, think of it in that sense of, okay, today I get to have 2 meals and 2 snacks. What are those things going to be? So you can kind of plan your day out a little bit more effectively versus just kind of going on the fly of like, well, this sounds good and let's eat that. And like, you're being a little bit more intentional, and that will save you some money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you will get filled up on the dining plan. If you eat just what is on that, you will have plenty of food.
Yeah. You
will not starve. You will be okay. We're just ridiculous and we eat a lot of food, so it's fine. But that would definitely be a good tool and a good way to use the dining plan to your advantage. Do you think that you would use the quick service dining plan again? Just the quick service?
Probably not.
I would agree. I personally, me and you anyway, I don't think that I would use it again. I think for the way that we eat, I don't think that it works for us. But like we said, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't work for somebody else. I just think and maybe even too, eventually someday when we have kids, that might also be a better option of kind of like what I just talked about with being a little bit more budgeting and limiting. It gives, like if we were having children, they would have options to choose what they would like. But it's also, we aren't having to overthink.
Yeah, I think another thing for us too is that because we are spontaneous, like we get what we're hungry for. We don't, when we were getting and ordering food, we weren't like, oh, is that a good use of the meal credit? We don't operate that way. And we got what we wanted. And yeah, some things may have not have been a great use for a snack credit or a meal credit or etc. But we're just spontaneous people, and we got the food that we wanted. And so I don't know. I don't think I would get the quick service dining plan just in that sense of I don't want to have to think about what I want.
I do, however, think that, and I hope to use the normal dining plan someday in the future. I don't know what trip we'll do that on, but I feel like with that, because your meals are a little bit more planned out because you actually do have dining reservations.
Yeah.
I feel like that we will probably utilize better than the quick service dining plan. So
yeah,
someday in the future, we'll have a video about free. That, but I do think that I'm not totally anti-dining plan. I think I'm just not crazy about the quick service dining plan. So what do you guys think of the quick service dining plan? Have you used it before? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know down in the comments